Hey all, welcome to the King Street Kitchen. This is going to be a cooking video, as you would expect. So, being it's winter here, bit of mild winter, we're going to do a winter warmer, and we're going to make Ossobuco. So I've got the Ossobuco, a little bit of chuck steak, because I'm going to make more for other meals, and the holy trinity of the ingredients, carrot, celery and onion, and a nice beef stock to go in there. And then over here we're going to fry off the give it a bit of flavour, and there's some flour for thickening up of the gravy. Alright, we're at the garden and we want some fresh thyme, so I'm going to break some sprigs off there. There we go. Ooh, another one there, and that'll go into the Ossobuco. But yeah, so we've got tomatoes growing, got a tomato teepee, so that's looking pretty good. Already got tomatoes on somewhere. Let me see if I can find one for you. I know they're there somewhere. Where are you? Ah, there's one there. Yeah, so that'll be good when they're all producing. Alright, time to do the fry off, but I'll just show you I've got all the stuff chopped up. Our onion and celery and carrot, and so over to the pan we'll get in, this is the chuck, we'll get the Ossobuco in there. So this is just to caramelise the meat with a bit more flavour. Look at that Ossobuco, beautiful. Alright, so that'll be good. I'll catch you next time. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Time to get some flour into it for the thickening side. I'll just sprinkle probably about 3 tablespoons heaped. That'll do us. Spread that around. Looking good. Smells good too. Alright, we'll let that do its thing. Okay, so we've got the Ossobuco and the chuck browned off. We've got a little bit of stock in there with our flour, so time to transfer to the wok and get everything in there. Alright. Flour will break down and help us get a nice gravy out of that. So I'll put that over here, and then we're going to put our stock in. In goes the goodies. Oh, quite a lot of goodies. That's nice. Mix that around. And then I've been back out to the garden, so we've got our thyme that's going in. And we've got fresh rosemary from the garden as well. We'll just strip that off the woody bit. More rosemary the better, very Italian styled. It is an Italian dish after all. And then we have some bay leaves from our bay leaf tree. So I'll get them in there. And I found in the pantry a chicken bone broth, so like that can go into, that'll just bring it out. Alright, I'll turn him on. Alright, so seeing what was left over in the pan, I opted to deglaze the pan. So that's hot enough, and we've got some, what have we got there? Bit of red wine, obviously. A Shiraz. So I think that'll go well. We'll give that a deglaze, and that'll give us a bit more body in the gravy we're going to get. Alright, it's night time. The Ossobuco's been on for quite a while. We'll give it a bit of a stir. Looks good. I've taken out the bone and broken the meat up. So that's good. We'll just get that. Look at that, that looks good. Alright, and then we've got some old classic bread and butter with it. It's done, and out of that lot we got 3. So I'll be freezing those, and then they'll go into the cryovac for meals for later. It's going to be awesome. Hello, back again. Now this is the day after the Ossobuco you saw. So it's frozen into little blocks. So that's going to go into the back bag. We dry off the seal, make sure it's good. And then into my trusty new vacuum sealer, which I reckon is pretty good. Oh, hold that up. And then we go back in the seal. It's all sealing good. And the last part, we're just getting rid of the excess pressure. And there it is. And there we got 3 nice meals ready to roll. See you next time. Hi guys, welcome to the King Street kitchen. Winter time, Angie's got a little bit of a cold happening, so I'm going to make the old-fashioned chicken soup. Quite a few of my clients to do it, but I'm going to do it right from scratch. We've got some chicken frames. That's going to go into the old crab boiler. So we'll see if we can get this without splashing myself too much. Oh yeah. In you get. So I got 2 packets of frames to go in. Alright. Alright, the frames are in. So they're all in there. I'm going to bring that to not a fast boil, just a slow simmer. And then, yeah, I'll then reduce it a bit. And then we'll show you the next step. That's going to be super tasty, I reckon. I want to put some thyme in there as well, so which I don't have any miracle. So I'm going to go down the street and see if I can get some. Oh, the bananas are doing well. That's a super dwarf, and it is pretty tiny. That's a super dwarf Cavendish, and that's a dwarf ladyfinger, which is powering. But while I come out here, I wanted some bay leaves for the soup, for the base. So we actually have a bay tree here. So we'll pick some of these. Might even throw a whole sprig in there. Let's do that. That's going to go in. So I've used my... That's pretty handy. I saw that on TV once, and they finally had one where I was shopping. So that's the garlic roll. You just put in and give it a roll, and there. So I cut it, and there's the sprig of the bay. So I think this is going... Yeah. Just get him in there. Push around. I smelled this as soon as I got back from the markets. It smells good already. Alright. So I'm just going to leave the lid off now and let it reduce for a while. And yeah, we'll keep going. Alright. It's looking good. It's been percolating for a while. Just a gentle simmer. So I'm going to take all that out. That can go in that bowl there. And then in goes the whole chicken. That's going to be good. Okay, that's out. So, grab this geezer. I'll get him by the wing. There you go, buddy. And in he goes for a sauna, jacuzzi. And we'll give him an hour and a half around that sort of time. So more chicken bones, soften the meat up, bring it out, take the meat off, And while I'm doing that, we're going to do some veggies. Time to do the veggies. I'll show you what's going in. We've got a couple of leeks, some onion, a turnip, some celery, parsnip and potato. And the onion, I'll show you, this is on Woolies. These are the tearless ones. They're actually really nice. So, yep, we'll get that chopped up. Okay, I've got the chicken out, so I just got to pick the meat off that. And then I've strained that through a cloth. And we've got to get this in there now, without splashing too much. Roughly, there we go, it's looking good. Nice. Alright, step 2. Chicken's picked clean, no bones, so that will motor across into the pot. I'll just stir that in gently. So there's no bones or sinew or gristle in this. Okay, looking good. Here it is, there's only a little bit left there. So we will, oh, that's better. I'll probably make some more, but I've got some in containers. The best part is you make it and you got it to in bulk. So these will be frozen and then they'll be cryovac or vacuum sealed. And then I've got my bowl here and that's looking pretty yum. And I prepared a little bit earlier, just an egg yolk. I'm going to drop that in there. That's going to be good. That nice and clear, nice stringy white chicken meat. Awesome. Yeah, so plenty of meals out of that. Yummo.